So here's another self-debrief situation. So we're looking at it being halfway through the quarter and you're looking at your progress report. Your grades aren't what you want them to be and you want to figure out how you can bring them up before the quarter is over. Again, a good chance to self-debrief, be really honest with yourself, and figure out what you can do. So again, we start with what went as planned, starting with our goal. So our goal was we wanted to be passing every class with B's and above. We're not doing that, but we are doing that in some of our classes. So we do have B's in math and science and an A in social studies. And the things that have been contributing to that is we're turning in 90% of our homework in all the classes and completing almost all of the classwork. So between the homework and classwork, that's giving us a pretty high percentage. We got 95% on a big group social studies project, which has helped get that A. And we've gotten A's and B's in most of the quizzes, right? What has led to that success is that we have a good study partner or friend who is strong in math and science, right? So good friend of ours who we work with a lot of the time, study with, they're really strong in math and science, so they're able to explain stuff that we don't get. So that's been really helpful for those quizzes. There haven't been any tests yet in social studies, so can't really talk about that, but we have had that project. And again, we had a good team. We really contributed fully, and that led to that success. All right, so what has not gone as well? So again, looking at our goal, we want to be passing every class with B's and above. Well, we have a C- in ELA and a B- in elective. So elective is close to our goal, but we want it a little better. And really an elective, that should be somewhere where we can bring it up. So really the problem in electives is that we're late to elective every morning, or almost every morning, right, which is hurting the participation grade. Everything else we're doing really well. In ELA, however, we're having trouble turning in writing assignments on time, especially homework, and we're not doing very well with essays on the exams. The reason we don't do the writing assignments at home is because the computer is in use, so we're kind of fighting over the computer. Also, I just can't get started, so I don't do it at all, right? Like I get frustrated. It's hard for me to even think of where to start, and that's really tough. And then in terms of the exams with the essays that we're not doing so well with on the exams, I don't even know how to study for an essay. I don't know what that means. That's really difficult. So keeping all those things in mind, what can we do to change or improve on it? Well, looking back on it, so we found that having a good study partner or friend in math and science has been really helpful in preparation. So we could find a partner for ELA support. So we need to find someone that we can get along with that is willing to help us with ELA. Could meet with the teacher after school for extra help writing papers, especially. So maybe when there's a class writing assignment, or a homework assignment, I can sit down with the teacher and kind of work on it and get their input to help me become a better writer and learn how to do that better. Just get more practice with it, really. In terms of being late every morning, right, which is hurting electives, I need to work on convincing my neighbor to drop me off first in the morning so I'm on time. At this point, there's a couple of us. My cousins get dropped off first, and then I'm late. Because I'm dropped off last. So trying to figure out if there's a way we can work that out, or at least talking to them about how I'm being late and if they can help me with that because it's causing me not to pass classes. Maybe I need to get dropped off at a bus station first. That might get me on time. And then finally, maybe I can go with a focus partner to write essay assignments at the library, right? So I'm not struggling with the computer because I have a partner there. They can kind of encourage me to get going. One specific thing that I'll work on, again, we want to choose one plan, even though ideally we're doing all these things, choosing one to really focus our energy on that we think is going to be most helpful. So in this case, I think honestly it comes down to not being able to do those essays. Like I have trouble writing at home. I'm having trouble writing essays in the exams, and that's not going to get better until I get help. So I'm going to schedule time with a teacher to meet at least once a week after school for help with writing essays and assignments. Key is after school. I'm not getting there on time, so if I was pretending I was going to meet with them before school, that's not realistic. I'm never going to pull that off. So I'm going to have to do this after school and schedule that time. But again, at least once a week, trying to make it really specific to make sure I can follow through. And with that, again, that would be a very good step to help me solve these problems I have. And by going through the self-debrief process, now I really have figured out what I need to work on going forward.